Hello everyone and welcome one more time to Tango at Home. Finally we are here again.
Today we're going to work colgadas. We know that you have been waiting for it and now it's ready.
So let's see the sequence for today. Start with the leader steps. We will start with a side step to the left. So, and from here we're going to lead the colgada. Then we change the way to the right. And from here we switch again to go into a next side step while she's stepping back. So now, when she's going forward, we will open the position to go into another colgada. And from here again, the lead is going to be through her lower body to go around. We change the position to the left. We go back, and here we open the position to lead the last moment, so she can open and turn her hips.
What I'm doing as a follower is a side step to my right, then I feel the lead of the colgada. Here I will go with my left leg behind me until I feel that pump is letting me step, and then I will step back with my left. I will collect my legs, you can cross or just collect, and I will step forward with my right. Do the next colgada with my left leg behind me. I will step forward with my left, and now I will just open my hip and do like a small cuarta to end. We know that to lead the perfect colgada, it's a lot of things that we need to do, and it's a lot of practice that we need to do, and it's hard to do a colgada. So we don't expect that you are doing this at home right now, but that you have some tools that you can practice with and work with. So what we will start working in the colgada is this.
So we have to think about to move our weight in opposition. So for example, like this, simple example. I will move her weight back while I'm sending my weight in the opposition. My embrace is supporting her axis while I'm letting her feel my opposite direction, right? So this exercise we will apply this in the first colgada. So after the side step, I have to send my lead down to move her lower body, right? While she's moving with the weight out of axis, I will go with my hips in the opposition, and this will give me a lot of stability on my left leg to let her pivot a little bit. So then she gives me space for me to change to my right, and now I'm ready again to pull her into the side step. But everything is because I understood and I could feel the moment when she's going around and she gives me this small, let's say, door for me to pass around. If I try to pass around but I don't feel that she gives me that space, then it will feel like we will go to the same direction. So if we both will go to the same direction, for example, if I'm here, I'm from here, for example, she's here, but she don't give me the space now. I don't have any space. If I go, we will fall. So I need to let her pass. And now she gives me the space to continue to the next direction, right? That is a trick. Feel her weight. Feel how much space she's giving you. Don't rush.
So as a follower, I'm doing similar things as the leader, but of course applied in my role. So what I do first, or what we showed first in the first exercise, is that I need to compensate his weight by going back with my weight. This is really important for your followers, that you don't break your posture, your position that you created in your first class in Tango. Which means that I will not just move my hip back, I will just not move my chest back. I will try to balance all my body further back on my heels, but you can see that I keep my position. Now I can change the weight to one leg and I can send the other one back. And this is actually the colgada that we're looking for. It's not something extreme, much bigger, much heavier. It's a small out of axis. So when we are applying this is after the side step, I feel that Juan start to send me out, and it's my work to go out of axis. So I'm pushing my weight behind me together with my left leg. And now what Juan was speaking about, it's important that I'm not just going back and I stay fixed there, because then he don't have the space to go. It's important that I go back and I follow this motion of going around, creating a small field in my standing leg to give him the space that he needs to go around in the colgada.
So, something more for the leaders, you have to think about to give your lead in a diagonal direction. What that means, if through my embrace I give the lead in this line, she will move just her upper body, and I have to compensate that with my upper body. And that is not good. So I will try to go through a diagonal with my lead in that way. So small pressure down while you are sending her lower body out of axis. Can you see? It's like I can show you here. Feel and you can see when I'm sending the direction of my embrace where I want to send her. Look how my hips are moving in the opposition. So when she reaches the limit, I'm already in the opposite direction to support her. And from here I can give the circular direction to pass around and stay here. So we will continue with the next colgada. So this colgada is a little bit more tricky, let's say, because now she's in another position. Now she's not in the front of me, now she's beside me. So before I'm leading this colgada, I will open the position of my foot to be ready with my hips to prepare the next position, right? So I'm anticipating what I will do after. So now I'm stepping with her, and here's the trick part. I will give a small pressure to send her in a diagonal down and forward. So here, remember that your hips should go in the opposition already, right? And this is, let's say, a bit easier because she gives you the space fast, because she has to change the position of her hips. So that movement will help you to pass like fast or in a better position to go around. So let's say we are here, I'm sending her, I have a lot of space. Can you see this? Now I have all this space to step around and to bring her again into the back step. And one small detail, as you see, is not enough with the first impulse to lead the whole colgada. I need to use also the impulse of my kicking, of my free leg, which is here. This leg has to kick. So then I have also my impulse going around to bring her into the colgada, finish the colgada. If I go just with her impulse, with the first one, let's say, it's not enough. We will feel like at the end that we are falling. And we say, but why we're falling? Because we need something extra. This is the impulse of the leader.
If I can add something to this impulse, what will happen also for me as a follower is that if I just get the first impulse, I have the impulse to go out in the colgada, but then I get stuck. Exactly. And I feel that I get heavy here and I have no direction to go. And this is where you start to climb back to where you come from. But if I get the impulse and before I end that impulse, I have a new impulse to turn, the motion of the movement, it feels really nice, it feels really light and simple. What I have to do as a follower when Juan lead me this second colgada is what he was speaking about, this hand, this left hand, and I'm speaking about my right hand, because many times what's happening is that I feel a push here and I start to go with this side and I start to break all my body and start to turn. This is not what I want to do. What I want to do is to stay with the embrace with him and feel this small pressure and resist that and let this lead pass into my hip and to my lower body and my standing leg. So can you feel that when Juanpi push, I don't release my arm and I push my hip and my standing leg in that diagonal. And with that moving and with that pushing, I'm also creating a small pivot to get in front of him again with my hip. And after I have pushed my axis out, I have started to turn around him, I will feel this next impulse that we were speaking about. And this is where I need to hold the same position that we were speaking about in the beginning. That I'm not collapsing and just letting my body go or breaking my body, holding up the same position and let him turn me like this. In the end to exit, I will be in front of him, I'm still in colgada, but what I need to do before I step forward to not just fall forward is that I need to collect all my body under my center again, bending my knees forward, going a little bit down, and then I can do a normal forward step as I'm always doing.
This is also very important for the leaders to lead. Pass through your axis before you want to go to your next step. You cannot skip the moment of your axis to go directly to the step, because the problem with that is that you will fall. So when you are here on the last colgada, here, 1, 2, 3. Now, instead of go, you see what will happen? We will fall. Instead of go back, use a flexion, and then you can send like really easy your way back without any problem. And that fluidity that you have on the turn will finish in a really nice step back.
I would like to add also here for the followers, because it could be really easy for me to say, no, but he didn't lead me into access and then go, so I'm following. But here I have a responsibility. If the leader is not leading me into the access and going back, or I feel this nice collection before we're going, I need to do it. And how I'm doing it is after the colgada, I need to push my standing leg down at the same time I'm collecting my body. That will make me be in axis, and then he can actually hold on to me. He's falling back, but I'm stable. Then we can choose to go forward, and I'm helping to arrive in music, to arrive in axis, and not follow.
To finish the structure, we are moving leaders into a side step to the left, but while we are leading a opening position of her hip. So it sounds good on the music as you see it before. So clean. So we are here on the back step, this moment, and I will use the flexion while we are landing. I'm starting to change the position of her hips. And to do that, I'm using my chest, of course she will follow my chest, but also my embrace. Down, I'm turning her upper body, and this side will move this hip. And then, up to you guys, you can continue as you wish.
So after I have done my front step, I'm feeling the opening of the hip. The pump is leading me. But here, what I'm actually feeling is this movement. So I feel that I open my hip, I open my legs, and I step forward. This is what pumping leads me. But because I know this is the end of the structure, it could be the end of the music, I feel a closing in the music. To do this, I choose to spice it up with a nice ending, which make it not just do a normal front step, I'm choosing to do a colgada. So I'm stretching my foot forward, step with the toes, and then I'm bending the front knee. Like this. And then you can continue however you want, or feel. A small exercise for leaders and followers, but especially for my followers. This you can do alone, and I will show you the exercise. So you will place yourself in front of something that you can hold on to that is not moving, so something that's a little bit heavy. And you will just face and feel where is your axis. Feel where the middle of the foot is and place yourself there. Find your position, your posture. Now try to balance your body with the whole posture forward on your toes and feel that you can hold this. Balance it back to the middle and then balance it back to your heels, where you feel the limit of your axis is. Important, it's not that I break my body in positions. I have the same posture as the beginning, but I move it a little bit behind me. Until I feel, okay, now I cannot move it further back because I will fall. This is the moment when I want you to grab what you have in front of you. I want you to hold on to that a little bit, bring it a little bit to you, and I want you to lift your heels. And you will feel that you are not moving the axis, it's still behind on your heels, but if you lift the heels, you need to hold on to something to not fall. This is your colgada. Now you can change the weight to your right leg and you can move the left leg behind. This is one of your colgadas. You can move it back, change the foot and try with the other leg. And you can feel that while you are doing this exercise, you don't need to move forward or back with your axis. And you need to hold on very soft to the table that you have in front of you to feel, okay, but this is not heavy. If you start to go much further and much lower and break your body, you will feel that you need to hold on to it with much more force to not fall. But this is not the point, as far as we know. It's hold light, hold yourself, and slightly out of axis. And then go back. If you practice this at home, I will promise you that your colgada will be much better, and the leaders that you will dance with in the milongas in the future, they will say, wow, you have been practicing your colgadas. Thank you very much for watching this video. This was everything that we had prepared for you today.
Remember that this Sunday we have the Tango Cafe at 4 p.m. It was on Saturdays at 4, but we have changed. But now we will have the pleasure to receive La Orquesta Cachivache with us. We're going to speak about how they start playing tangos, how is the actuality for them, how is their future, everything. So join us at 4 p.m. on Saturday.
And for me personally, I think it's very interesting that we invite orchestra musicians. We have been speaking with a lot of dancers and it's really interesting to hear about them. But of course the musicians have a really important work in the tango today. So this will be really interesting.
It's going to be really, really interesting. So thank you very much. We hope to see you soon. We give you a huge hug, huge kiss, and see you next time.
Bye!